Mike Bohn here at Bellator 286 Media Day with Spike Carlyle, who fights AJ McKee in the co-main event, man. And I know when you spoke to us like right after this fight was booked, you were a little bit surprised that they came to you. Now that you've gone through training camp, you're here. Like, how does it feel? Do you feel like this is the right thing for you?
Oh yeah, 110%. I think this was ordained by a higher power for this to happen.
Yeah. Going through the camp, I mean, for AJ, there's a lot of kind of unknowns about him coming into this fight, coming off his first loss, moving up a weight class. Yeah. Do you factor that into your preparation at all, or do you just kind of look at the guy that we've seen for 19 fights in Bellator and have to go off that?
Yeah, you have to do a bit of both. That's the thing about the fight game is fighters, it's all mental. There's physical things, spiritual things going on. So you don't. It can be a totally different person that goes in there. I think a good example is when Amanda Nunes fought Pena the first time. She looked like a shell of herself. Second time, she looked like she ran through her. So you never know with fighters. This is very interesting because it's AJ's first professional loss. So yeah, you definitely got to factor that in there. We'll see where his mind's at.
Yeah, is that something like you intend on testing right off the bat? Like obviously, fighting at 155, maybe the strength that he sees in opponents isn't the same. Maybe there's some doubts coming off that loss. Like, is there ways you can go in there and try to, push those buttons right off the bat?
Yeah, I'm not going to reveal any strategies, but seems like a good idea.
Fair enough, man. And for him, like they're talking about this Grand Prix right now, potentially at lightweight. Do you feel like this factors in? I mean, like, do you think if you win, you're in? If you don't, you're not? Like, have they given you any information about how this fight could factor into that?
Yeah, I think once I win this fight, this puts me in title contention. If they plan on doing a Grand Prix, I'm sure my name will be in that hat.
Is that a little bit annoying too, though, right? Because you beat AJ, like you could argue you deserve a title shot. You just beat like the biggest star in Bellator, but now it could be like, hey, you have to, depending where you'd be in the bracket, you could have to fight like 3 times for a title. Is that like a little bit annoying, maybe? Maybe
they'll give me preferential treatment and I'll get a fight for the title in my first fight.
Exactly. That's what you got to push for. Give me that in the first round.
Exactly. Let's go.
Yeah, man. And do you consider this enemy territory at all? Like I know they say this is kind of his backyard. What do you feel about that?
I drove about 45 minutes to get here, so no, not really. We'll see who the real king of SoCal is.
Do you expect a big crowd of support for you in this fight? Do you have a lot of friends, family, and stuff coming?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, this is literally his backyard. It's more like a few neighborhoods over for me, so I'm sure he'll have a huge crowd there, but they'll be very quiet after the fight.
What do you think of the title fight coming up between Pitbull and Nurmagomedov?
Man, I'm excited for that one. Yeah, I'll be watching it.
No lean on who you think's gonna win?
I know who I want to win.
Will you tell us?
Who I want to fight.
Will you tell us?
I'll tell you after the fight.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. So you said they're gonna go very quiet in the arena. How does that happen? I know you said you don't want to give away the game plan, but do you expect to finish? Do you think it's gonna be go all the way? How do you think it goes?
Out of my 14 professional victories, 13 have been finishes, 7 submissions, 6 knockouts. So I'm coming to finish.
Like always. And last thing, what is the status, like your status with Bellator? Are you on like an exclusive long-term deal with them right now? I know you did like a fight in between after the last one. How would you kind of define the contractual relationship right now? Yeah,
so I just mentioned that in the previous interview. I'm super stoked. I have a multi-fight deal with Bellator, and what's so cool about them, what they just did with MVP, allowing him to go to bare knuckle and do that, they allow the fighters flexibility, and they allowed the same thing with me and Ryzen. So super grateful for them, and yeah, I have a multi-fight deal with them. So I'm here to stay.
Any chance we see you on the New Year's card in Ryzen?
Hey, I mean, it's up to if God wills it.
Yeah. And any of those other things? I mean, are you free to do bare knuckle? Do you want to do any of that stuff, or are you mostly exclusively focused on MMA?
Yeah, I think the bare knuckle stuff looks appealing, but I'd rather do it after my MMA career is over because I don't want to get these injured or anything.
They're precious, those hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's something to do more for fun at the tail end of your career. So
we'll see how you throw around those hands on Saturday night. I really appreciate the time, and best of luck.
Thank you, Mr. Bohn. Appreciate you guys.